must go.
Keep searching. The armor is only effective if every piece has been recovered.
Farewell.
Excellent work. You are clearly much more proficient in the ways of war than most visitors of the Kaled Coast, even the soldiers. It would be my great pleasure. Picture it. 10 years ago, the rising sun, a lingering fog. Somewhere in the forest are screams, the cries of battle. Then, silence. It happened here upon this site. The ambush of Aqui. It is here on this spot where the Bolgan drew first blood, killing Lord Aaron Gastyr, his son, and their squires during their morning ride. Let us move on, shall we? And if you don't mind, there are more beasts to attend to ahead. The Bolgan have infested the entire area around Castle Gastyr, my old home. Destroy them, and I will relate the tale of the first Lord of Gastyr himself. Goodbye.
The Tuatha have forced their war upon us. They eagerly cut through mortal flesh and mortal bone, and as a reminder of their butchery, they display these mortal corpses throughout the land, turning sanctity into putrescence. The bodies remain on our ground and on our gallows tree, bloated and corrupt.
You have rid the gates of the Bolgan. As promised, I have another tale to be told. The very first Aaron Gastyr arrived here generations ago from Melsenshir, before the final tower was raised, when the great giants of Cluracan were but saplings. On that very first morning of his arrival, while the sun ascended the sky, Gastyr scaled the heights and saw below him the great keep of the merchant Ancilla. Gastyr could not bear such an intrusion on his new ancestral homeland and swore an oath. By right of mine, and sword in hand, I will not forsake our native land. Now that you've seen Castle Gastyr, we should move on to the final stop on our journey. The last thing I want to show you is near the coast, on the cliffs overlooking the sea. It's the best story yet, but again, it must be freed of Bolgan. Goodbye. There, you've cleansed this place of the Bolgan. I shall tell you the last tale, the best of the lot. Believe me, these cliffs were made for my story. I've told the tale of the first Eren Gastyr, he who discovered these lands. And I've told the tale of his descendant, the last Eren Gastyr, he who lost these lands. My final tale is that this last lord took a young mistress to his bed, a servant named Wilda Brandon. They had a child he refused to claim as his own. To assuage his guilt, he wrote a royal letter in which he decreed to her and the child great wealth. But rather than take that letter, she took her own life. Here, that woman was my mother. Hear me, friend. I do not have much, but I will offer you all that I have to find me that letter. The letter that broke my mother's heart. I will read it, and I will finally know if what my mother told me was true. Then I will destroy it. I want nothing to do with the Gastyrs. My mother never wanted his kingdom. She only wanted his love. That letter has haunted me for 10 years. I will now be rid of it. Of him. Friends. Yes. I suppose we are friends. I'm not sure where to look for Father's letter. Father. Strange to call him that. I would think he'd keep it near, lest such revelations be discovered. The castle. That would make some sense, wouldn't it? I'll be back at camp. Be careful. I would feel terrible if anything happened to you. Goodbye.
We feel the glare of a silver raptor, a furrowed brow, eyes that pierce the veil. We see the scowling engraved face of a beautiful, elegant terminus. We know this mask of death, this azure visage, this celestial teardrop, as the helm of the Fey Hunter.
I'd just assumed Enadon had abandoned me, that there was no justice left in this world. But here before me stands the hero of Melson Shear, in the skin, fresh from the Baelor's bloodying, and it appears my prayers have been answered. Tell me, how much goodwill do you have left, honored one? A Tuatha priest named Rassanon has captured this keep. I am sworn to destroy him, for it was he who deposed House Gastyr and stole their ancestral home. For 10 long years he has lived as a lord, hiding high in the royal quarters where none can reach him. At least, not without help. You see, I am Hilared Gastyr, descendant of Lord Aaron Gastyr and last of my family line. This castle and all within it belong to me. My great-great-grandfather built this keep. You can still find the one stone resting where he laid it in the courtyard. We spent 4 generations in these hallowed halls. Then the Bolgan came, followed by their Tuatha masters. They killed everyone, Fae and Alfar alike. Rassanon was the worst of them. He murdered my mother and now sleeps in my family's chambers. With your help, Honored One, my family will find restitution. You will be rewarded, my friend. We Gastyrs have long memories of both our friends and our enemies. Come. Rassanon knows I cannot pass through his gauntlet alone, but together we can avenge Castle Gastyr. Hurry. didn't even seem to remember me. I've given my life to finding and killing Rassinon, and he probably didn't even understand why. But now the quest is ended, here, at home. I want you to have everything of mine as a reward, and to help me forget the many years of tragedy that led me to this end. Now go. I need rest. I deserve rest. Bye. This old keep will need some sprucing up, but at least Rassinon's brutes will no longer decorate the halls. Did you say the Ancilla key? Why, yes, of course I have it. In 10 years, I've never let it leave my sight. Are you saying that Brun is alive? That he's here? Wait, this could be a trick. How do I know you're not here to seize the Gastyr domain just as I'm about to win it back? Brun, I'd never forget. Our families stoked such hate. But I could never hate Brun. He was the reason I wanted to survive the Bogan, to come back, start over. Take the key, give it to Brun. Send him good wishes. Perhaps when all of this is over, he and I can resume our friendship. Farewell.
Farewell. 'Tis well. 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 ' Farewell.
You have gone through much to bring me this, only to watch it destroyed. But it must be done. You understand? This letter proves that I am an heir to Gastyr, and an heir to his heartlessness. He gave my mother everything, when all she wanted was his love. And now, she's gone. You are my friend. You may not agree, but that is what I choose to believe. You have helped me more than anyone has. I will remember you. I hope you will remember me.
Farewell.
Be on your guard.
We are linked, you and I. You know what I am. She may be the only one truly worthy of the Gastyr name, superior to her father in every way. I remember Hill. She and I used to play together in the courtyard. I try not to think of her as a sister. It makes matters all the more confusing. The wonderful gentlemen and ladies of the Alpha armies have been kind enough to act as my loyal escorts, all the way from Melsensheer, and before that, Erethel. Without these good, hearty folk, I never would have survived. The voyage across the sea would have been enough to sink my spirits. Goodbye.
Castle Ancilla's not far. It's south. Captain Ancilla wants to get in. But the two
Seems you caused quite a row in Castle Ancilla. I've been watching the Tuatha panic ever since you wriggled through that pipe. Well done. You have my eternal gratitude. Really, there are few who would have done what you did. It would have been an honor to fight beside you at Melsensheer. Please, take this shield. It is the one thing I made sure they never took from me. That and my dignity. I'll never look at a stronghold the same way again. And the stories always described Ancilla as an elegant place, a home fit for kings. I've learned my lesson. My parents were wealthy merchants in Rathir, people who did not appreciate the ease in which they had found themselves. I wanted to do better. I wanted to serve. For years, I fought against the Tuatha and their corrupt, maddening ways. We had them at first, I know we did, but then something changed. They became unstoppable. The estate of Lady Clary Ancilla once stretched all the way from the Caelid coast north to Cursewood. But that was before the Gastyrs invaded and built their own keep. That is a long story. And both those families fell into ruin with the arrival of the Bulgan. You may have met Captain Brun Ancilla. He is the last living heir to the keep. he can have it. Good luck to you.
Hello. Hello.
Yes? Yes?
Oh, how can I ever begin to thank you? What an ordeal that was. Quite the ordeal indeed. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Brun Elgar, head steward of House Ancilla. Of course, since the house no longer exists, that means I now serve you. Do not misunderstand. I adore the Lord and Lady, but my first responsibility is to the fortress itself, to Sea Watch. But of course it is. Do you see anyone else of substance, another soul deserving of such a prize? Surely not. Sea Watch was the first of the Ancilla castles, and the finest. But without its staff, it is a lonely place, its halls empty of the voices that once filled it. As your newest and only advisor, I suggest that we begin renovations. It'll be costly, mind you, but well worth the investment. Wonderful, my liege, wonderful. You will not regret it. The corridors of Sea Watch will once again ring with merriment. That is, if there were people here to make merriment. If I might make another suggestion, it would be nice if you were able to convince the former staff to return. I would start with Connie, a rather quirky and elemental fey alchemist who found a place in our master's heart as his gardener. Connie was unique, even among her own kind. The last we saw of the poor creature, she was being pursued by Bolgan, and I fear she was taken prisoner. Oh, Connie. She spent much of her time wandering the gardens of old Castle Ancilla, where the family lived. Of course, word has it that she was locked away by the Bolgan, poor thing. Farewell.
Hello. I haven't slept since you left. My mind kept revisiting those last few moments with Hilaret. The tower fireplace. The kiss she left on my cheek. Almost like a bruise. You've revived my family, friend. These great artifacts will help to restore the Ancilla name in the Caelid coast. I must find a worthy way to thank you. Take the verdant blades. You must. I do not wish to rule my new domain with fear and fire. The seal is enough. And so, a new age begins.
Farewell.